What's up guys, Nexus here. Today, I think I may have just found the best build in the game for endgame content for Warlocks. This is a Prismatic build that stars the Getaway Artist as the main exotic here. What this does, just starting off, it converts your Arc Grenade into an Arc Soul, and you also become amplified. So without further ado, this is the build on the Prismatic Warlock. You're going to have the Cataclysm, Nova Bomb, Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Arcane Needle, Storm Grenade. For your aspects, go Hellion and Bleak Watcher. Whenever you cast your Rift, you are going to get a solar buddy called the Hellion, but that is just going to be a mortar that can with very long range kill enemies. And whenever you activate your grenade, which is your Storm Grenade, which you're going to activate with the Getaway Artists, that gives you a Bleak Watcher or a Stasis Turret that is going to slow until the opponent or target is frozen. This works amazing in the GMs. I'm going to be showing you guys clips of this gameplay, and you can see how it gets overloads so well. So for the Fragments here, Facet of Hope, while you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. And if your class ability regens more quickly, the more you're going to have the Hellion to help with ads. And you're going to get the elemental buff by having amplified, which is then produced by consuming your Storm Grenade and you getting the Arc Soul. Number 2, Facet of Courage. Your Arc, Solar, and Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. So this is Slow, Freeze, Unravel, Sever, Suspend, and Unravel. This is really going to be helpful in the harder activities as well, because when you have your Bleak Watcher constantly down, you are always going to be doing more damage to those targets affected by it. Next, we have Font of Balance, which means rapidly defeating targets with light damage grants melee energy. That is going to be from your Hellion and your Arc Buddy once you consume it from your Getaway Artists. And rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage grants grenade energy. So this is when you use your Strand Melee and your Bleak Watcher. Now the Facet of Protection. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. This is obviously always going to be helpful when you're in these condensed ad rooms. While Transcendent, the effect is increased, and you're going to be Transcendent a lot with this. I'll show you that in the gameplay. Next is Facet of Dawn. Powered melee hits against targets makes you radiant. Powered melee final blows make you and nearby allies radiant. So this is what you're always going to be using with your Arcane Needle. You're going to be able to shoot it with far distances and still get that radiant buff. Next, Facet of Ruin. Increases the size and damage of the burst when you shatter a stasis crystal or frozen target, and increases the area of effect of solar ignitions. So, now Facet of Ruin comes in when you get the frozen targets using Bleak Watcher and when you ignite targets using the Hellion. For this specific GM, we are in the Glassway. I am running Outbreak Perfected, Zuli's Bane, and Hammerhead. Outbreak for Barrier, Zuli's for Overload, and Hammerhead just for ad clearup. As I engage in this fight, I automatically use my Rift and my Grenade. This allows the maximum time of use for those, and with the Fragment Facet of Balance, the Hellion and Arc Buddy regenerate your melee ability, and the turret regenerates your grenade energy. In addition to all those perks, Facet of Hope allows your class ability to regen quicker when you consume your Arc Grenade, giving you the elemental buff Amplified. In the next room, I already have Transcendence, so I use it, then I use my Rift to gain Hellion. When you use Transcendence, you get a charged grenade and 3 stacks of Arcane Needle automatically. If you're running Facet of Protection, you also gain some extra damage resistance. Base protection for the Facet of Protection is 15% damage resistance, but when you become Transcendent, you gain an extra 20% on top of it that stacks with the Facet. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. One of the biggest things you can overlook with this build is the amount of Nova Bombs you're able to throw. Make sure every time you get your super, you're using it, unless you need to save it for some boss DPS. My super regenerated every 3 to 4 minutes, I would say, with tier 8 in Electon. Now I'm going to let this last clip play from our Grandmaster. If you guys like this video or the build, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, Guardian. 8 minutes.
Just
Oh my
double check,
god. My bad. I'm throwing.
Should we just kill him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking around. You guys are good.
18 minutes, dude. That's crazy. 18:42. Insane.
Beautiful.